And you might be...
Bond. James Bond.
James Bond is the king of cool. He is the expert at handling a gun, a woman, and definitely behind the wheel of a car. James has had some of the coolest cars on the planet co-star with him in his films, from BMWs, Bentleys, to of course Aston Martins. So it would make sense to make a racing game where you can drive and race in these iconic cars. Only problem is, you don't do this in 007. How does that make any sense? 007 Racing is not a racing game. EA needs to rethink their game naming division. Instead, the game has missions, all of which have you staying in the car.
Grow up, 007.
The game has an original story, but feels more like random missions to take Bond all around the world and put him in different cars. The bad guy plans on taking control of a NATO weapons shipment and then sell them off to terrorists, and Bond must stop them, all from his car. Familiar characters like M and Q are here and will talk to Bond in his pre-mission briefing. Each mission will take you somewhere and give you an objective. These missions include great things like rescuing hostages, picking up pieces of transmitters, and shooting down helicopters. All of this sounds perfectly placed within a James Bond video game. I mean, what would a James Bond game be without shooting missiles from a car after a couple martinis? Weapon power-ups are throughout the levels, including missiles, stinger missiles, machine guns, shields, and some more tricky things like smoke and oil slicks. All this is well and good, but the game does have a major problem, and that is the controls. You would think that a game that is completely about completing objectives while in your car, the game would have precise, fine-tuned controls that make the missions easy, and you would be wrong. Instead, it feels sloppy and completely unresponsive, making even the simplest moves in theory an absolute nightmare to try and pull off. You will fly past objectives just because the controls make the game that difficult. This should not be the case. As for the game's graphics, this is the original PlayStation, but these seem pretty bad for even that. Everything is blurry and choppy and messy. 007 pulls the old bait and switch and gives you a game that honestly could have been pretty fun and enjoyable. It has everything it needs: cool vehicles, interesting gameplay, and a great lead character. But in a genre where controls make or break a game, unfortunately here, the latter of which seems to be the case.
It's a good thing I asked for the water damage waiver. Well, that was a splashing success.